Hello, Hawk Nation, and I'm Dr. Kevin McIntyre, Superintendent of the Milford Public Schools, and this is the Superintendent's Monthly Update. Today I have a very special guest with me today, Dr. Matt Joseph, and we're here to talk to you about technology in the Milford Public Schools. Dr. Joseph, can you just talk about kind of where we are right now?
Where we are is really getting into learning the possibilities of the technology that we have. And we often, when we talk about technology in Milford Public School, we say the word technology, but what we're really bringing into Milford Public School is the digital learning, the creativity that students are able to have with their learning devices. It's Chromebooks at Woodland, and there's also Chromebooks, some Chromebooks at the middle and high school. It's really having that creativity in lesson planning for teachers, the creativity in work production for students, and with that, it becomes empowering them to be critical thinkers. And when students are able to think critically, it also increases the collaboration and communication within the school day. So we are embracing technology within our school district, and thank you for that vision and moving that forward. But it's also moving to digital learning and using the tools that we currently have and hopefully expanding to enhance and extend the learning that's happening each and every day in the classroom.
And we've had a big rollout at Woodland Elementary School, and one of the things that we learned through our kind of research in rolling out the Blended Learning Initiative in the technology plan in the Milford Public Schools is really kind of having things happen organically. And I've seen a lot of that happening. Walking around the building, I see teachers and students engaging in technology in a lot of different ways. Can you speak to that?
Yes, there's been many opportunities, either utilizing the interactive whiteboard that is in every classroom at Woodland, or what I'd like to do is show this clip right now of students utilizing a Chromebook within their classrooms. And oftentimes, people think when students have a one-to-one device, it's one student sitting there with the computer and not interacting. But what you see here in the video clip is students communicating, students taking notes, and they're researching. And those are some of the organic activities that are happening each and every day. And what that breeds is then the communication that we're hoping to, those skills that we're hoping that all of our students have with them, each other and with the teachers. And as you can see that there's a lot of learning going on. The students are engrossed in what they're doing. And then what you will see coming from that is the work products, the projects they're able to present. And I was lucky enough to be at Woodland one day when students were showcasing their projects. And the content was there, the skills were there, and their projects looked different. And it was exciting to see that their interpretation of the learning and their knowledge coming out in many ways. And teachers are using online resources, they're using Drive that Milford Public School has a Google domain, and they're using the interactive whiteboard for projection as well as creating YouTube videos.
So we're using technology across the district. I would love to hear from some of our teachers. Maybe we start at the high school level and hear what they have to say about how they're using technology in the classroom.
Great.
So every student gets a clicker, and the clickers have 4 sides. Someone hold up their clicker so we can see. Okay, every side corresponds to A, B, C, or D used in multiple choice questions. So as we use in here, we're reviewing for the midterm, so I have a question up and I have 4 different answers. And I post the question up here. The app on my phone or on my iPad allows me to scan the room and to scan everybody's answer. Once I've scanned everyone's answer, it comes in on this live view, and I can see individually what students have picked, the correct answer, the incorrect answer, or just answers in general. It puts it in a bar graph.
The technology that I use in my classroom, Sophia.org and Edpuzzle, has helped me as a teacher be able to allow my students to learn while they're at home by watching video lectures that I've produced, or even tutorials or playlists of videos that I've accumulated from websites around the web.
And having the Chromebooks and other technology in the classroom has been a boon to my teaching, but more importantly, it's been a boon to the kids and their learning and creativity.
While I use Chromebooks in a lot of different subjects, I've found it's been the most transformative in writing. A lot of the tasks that used to take a long time with pencil and paper, moving things around, editing, having to recopy what you've written, are so much smoother and easier on the Chromebook, so the students are a lot less frustrated. And where we're working on research, instead of having to find things that are at the student's reading level or reading it aloud to the students, they're able to use the Read and Write app on the Chromebooks in order to have it read the text to them, so they really feel a lot more independent and a lot more confident.
So where do you see technology going in the next 3 years in Milford?
I think moving forward, having students each have their own device from grades 3 through 12 will allow both extension of what they're learning and enhancing the content and curriculum within each and every day. The education is moving outside of the four walls, and we can't obviously take field trips each and every day, especially outside of our country, but where we're going in education and the tools that we have with the technology is that our students will be able to research and develop ideas from around the world and also start to create ideas that they work with each other and teach each other, and it becomes a forum for education where the teacher is a facilitator and the students are thinking about the possibilities and then sharing those with each other. For example, we have a few of our middle school students who would like to share how they're utilizing the technology and Chromebooks within the 8th grade classrooms.
And I really enjoy using the Chromebooks in the classroom. It's a very useful tool that allows us to work together with other students, work closely with the teacher at home, and just generally it makes everything easier.
And I like using the Chromebooks because I can get my classes online if I'm absent, and we get to use Google Docs, and I can do all my work with technology.
So let's talk about the younger students and teachers. Where do you see technology working at like the kindergarten level, the 1st grade level, basically Brookside Memorial and Shining Star?
So what we're seeing now is that the teachers are utilizing their interactive whiteboards. All the teachers do have a laptop, so all teachers can project some lessons, and teachers are utilizing interactive technology. Some of our teachers have that, and they're also utilizing, each school has a lab, so we have some online activities that reinforce content and reinforce the curriculum. So what I'd like to show now is one of the teachers will be utilizing with 2 students interactive technology where she is showing a phonics program, and students aren't just telling her the answer, they're moving letters around and they are creating words through the interactivity. And the second clip that you're going to see is a full 1st grade class in the lab taking the skills that they have. The teacher's able to create individual lessons for each student at their ability, and they're able to then utilize the technology, utilize the skills through the lab, and the teacher, as you'll see, is able to walk around and help individual students while they are working.
Drag it. Perfect. So since having the interactive technology, it's really helped my students work independently, get a more hands-on grasp. They really like to go up and manipulate anything that I have on the board. It brings a new perspective on their learning.
And today we are doing Lexia. It's recommended that 1st graders, depending on their reading level, use Lexia between 30 and 45 minutes a week. They owe me 15 minutes here, and then after they do Lexia, I'm able to run my reports, see how much time they're actually using it at home, and then highlight their strengths and weaknesses, and that gives me an idea where to focus to on my guided reading groups.
And these are just a few examples of the many exciting things happening across the Milford Public Schools. We're living in a very exciting time in education because the rate of change in the world is happening exponentially, is the best way I can describe it. We're preparing students for a future that we really can't predict because it's difficult to predict based on the rate of change, even 5 years or 10 years out. We're preparing students for jobs that may or may not exist at this point. How do you kind of wrap your head around all that, Dr. Joseph?
Well, what I think we're doing utilizing these tools is providing students skills that they need to work with each other and work as they make their next step into college and careers. What we're trying to do, and what I've seen so far and has been very exciting, is that teachers are moving away from covering curriculum to the students uncovering possibilities. With the digital learning that we're bringing into the Milford Public School and the technology devices that we have, it's opening the possibilities for resources. Anything that we can access online or through our Google platform, teachers can bring into their classrooms. They are also using Google Drive to hand out lessons now. So teachers utilize Google Classroom to hand out lessons. Students create products within Google Drive and share that back with the teacher, and the teacher can actually leave comments or give suggestions right in the document while the students are working.
Fantastic. So we're going to invite you to continue this conversation with us later in the spring. We're going to be hosting an event to discuss what's currently happening in the Milford Public Schools with technology, how we're leveraging technology to enhance curriculum, and where we're going in the future. I want to thank Dr. Joseph for joining me this month for the Superintendent Update, and have a great day, Hawk Nation.